friends. The day is upon us. It has come at last. I have been promising to dive into Tales of Maj'Eyal for a couple of years now. We took a very long route to get here. We played through Moria, which of course begat Angband. We played through Angband, which begat Pernangband. We played through Pernangband, which begat Tome, which begat Tome 2. We played through those. We played through a couple of spin-offs of Tome 2, Furyband and Zop Furyband. There is no Tome 3, and at last we have arrived at Tome 4, the ultimate incarnation of all of those, well, not all of them, but certainly of Tome 2. Certainly of Dark God's contributions to the genre. This is his ultimate contribution. So we're going to dive in with it. Cards on the Table, I already played an hour of this and recorded it. Little tip for you. If you're playing on a 4K monitor and you're using OBS Studios to record your gameplay, and you're doing a full screen record, and you've set the game to play at 1080p, you're going to end up with a recording that is just the top left corner of your screen. And then when that's what I ended up with. I tried to export it to put it up on YouTube, and I realized the screen was way too small, and if I blew it up, it was way too blurry. So we're doing take two. Now, if you were here because you were a fan of Tales of Maj'Eyal and you're hoping to get a few tips on how to play better, you've come to the wrong place. I am going to get my ass kicked thoroughly. Let's get that out on the table right off the bat. But I at least have a working knowledge of how to start, so I can guide you in the right direction if you're new to the game, or if you just want to laugh at my ineptitude, you're welcome to do that too. For those who don't know, Tales of Maj'Eyal is there is a free version of this game, and I will include a link to where you can get that free version. That said, at some point I did buy it on Steam because it was part of a package of a bunch of roguelikes on sale, and I also wanted to support Dark God. It looked really cool, so I've done that. So that's what we're playing here. But to be honest, as far as I know, the free version doesn't lose much from the bigger version, and even the full price version is not very expensive. So feel free to grab that too if you're interested. Okay, let's dive in and play a new game. Now, as I said, I already played this. To be honest, I played a game before that too to get the sense of how to play. So we're gonna do what we did. This is my third time playing the same goddamn character, but we are going to do it anyway because at least I have a working knowledge of how this character kind of works. Just a few things to let you know at the beginning. You can set the difficulty. We're leaving it at normal. We're playing the basic campaign, which is Maj'Eyal, the Age of Ascendancy. I assume there are several. There's a bunch of locked campaigns. I don't know if this functions the way his old T-Engine did, where you can make your own modules and include them too. I don't know. Maybe you could do that with the campaign slot. I'm not sure. There are options for your various ways you want to play. We're going to play as a roguelike, which means if we die, we're dead. How else would you play this? But you could, if you wanted to, play an adventure version of the game, which is more like if you're playing like an NES game, and it's like you get 6 lives or something like that. You get a bunch of lives at different levels, and you can keep playing. If you want to, if you don't like the idea of dying, of death meaning death, there's a good way to go here. And if you are really into classic RPGs like Skyrim, and you just want to say, hey, if I die, let's just ignore that fact and let me keep playing, they got you covered for that too here with exploration. I certainly don't begrudge them the options. It's a brilliant way to get new players into the genre, but we are going to play as a roguelike. One life to live. Alright, I played a human because I wanted to get the most basic experience possible. The humans are one of the main races on Maj'Eyal, along with the halflings. For many thousands of years, they fought each other until events and great people unified all the human and halfling nations under one rule. That alone, I want to point out, is pretty cool. Tales of Maj'Eyal has a lot of lore to it, a lot of interesting backstory, and that's one you don't get in a fantasy setting very often, the idea that humans and halflings went to war. Feels like it'd be kind of a one-sided war, if we're honest, but it's interesting that it happened. Humans of these allied kingdoms have known peace for over a century now. Humans are split into 2 categories, the Hires and the rest. Hires have latent magic in their blood, which gives them higher attributes and senses along with a longer life. The rest of humanity is gifted with quick learning and mastery. They can do and become anything they desire. So we actually, even within the human bracket, have 2 options. We can play a Hire, or we can play a Cornac. Before proceeding with that, I should take the time to point out that there are other options besides this human, elf, halfling, dwarf. There's a bunch of locked races here, and a bunch of locked classes here. I'm not sure how you unlock those. I think there are guides online you can look up. I'm hoping that there are ways to do it without looking up guides. I'm not a fan of any roguelike that makes you do homework outside the game to come to grips with how to play. But or maybe we'll just get lucky and unlock them randomly. But for now, whatever. We're just playing a human Cornac. Cornacs are humans from the northern parts of the Allied Kingdoms. Humans are an inherently very adaptable race, and as such they gain a talent category point at birth. Others only gain one at levels 10, 20, and 34. They also gain a class and a generic talent point at birth, and every 10 levels. We'll talk about all that in a minute, obviously, when we continue prepping our character. Our stat modifier is nil. We start out with basic everything, which is why I wanted to play a human. Life per level 10, experience penalty 0%. As we play through this, I'm going to stop every once in a while if I notice something to point out, holdovers from the earlier tome versions, which of course are holdovers from Angband, which of course are often holdovers from Moria. And we have one right here, the idea of an experience penalty. You don't see that in every role-playing game or certainly not every roguelike. But within those earlier versions of the game, I mentioned Angband, Tome 2, etc., and here as well, some races just have innate advantages that make them blatantly better. And the way they account for that, rather than saying, hey, it's just going to be an unbalanced experience, is that those races are penalized with an experience penalty. You can see here if I was playing whatever a Shalor Elf is, or Shalaray, I don't know how to pronounce that. I don't see an accent, so I guess Shalor. If we were doing that, we have an experience penalty of 12%, which would mean we'd have to gain 12% more experience than a human would to level up. So that's how they account for the extra bonuses some characters get. Of course, some races or classes also will have an experience penalty attached in the same way. But we're playing a Cornac. Done. You see it turned green. We're all set with that. And I went to the Warriors section and I saw an Archer. The reason I wanted to play an Archer is very lame, but way back in the day, I had the Dungeon Master's Guide for the first edition AD&D, and there's some section in that book that has like 4 pages in a row with a little like strip of illustration at the bottom, like a comic strip panel almost. And it shows an adventuring party as they evolve through their various campaigns. And one of the characters was an archer, and I always thought he was the coolest looking one. So I kind of liked the idea of playing archers thereafter. So let's try that. We will start. Oh, let's see here. Archers are dexterous ranged fighters, able to pin their foes to the ground and rain down a carpet of arrows on them. Skilled archers can fire special shots that pierce, cripple, or pin their foes. Archers can become good with either longbows or slings. Their most important stats are dexterity and strength when using bows, or cunning when using slings. Their stat modifiers, they get +2 strength, +5 dexterity, +2 cunning. That's about it. Let's take our archer. The final step here we got to do is, that's interesting, a little symbol there. We got to name our character. We're going to call him, for the 3rd time for me in Tales of Maj'Eyal. Why can't I type? All right, I'm in the damn window. There we go. Alan Sureshot. Way back in the day, back when I was like 17. Again, starting with the Dungeon Master's Guide, and then branching out into, I had a million Dragon magazines and Judges Guild magazines and all these extra paraphernalia associated with role-playing games. And I consolidated all the random dungeon information in all of them. There were tables at the back of the DM's Guide as to how to roll up a random dungeon. And there were tables that did that in other magazines, and there were Wandering Monster tables and the Monster Manual and the Fiend Folio. I took all the information I had, all the class types that were mentioned in books, and consolidated it into one big rule book for myself, and made up my own, I didn't know the term at the time, but my own roguelike, essentially, a pen and paper roguelike. And later on, when I actually made a functioning computer roguelike, the very earliest versions of Caverns of Zascasian way back in 1995, I poached a lot of the ideas I had in that book and incorporated them. But one of my characters in that ongoing campaign was an archer named Alan Sureshot. He never died. I just stopped playing the game. So, in honor of that dude, let's assume he made it to the world of Maj'Eyal. There's already a character. Yeah, there's already like 2 characters with that name, frankly, in this game. 3rd time's a charm. Let's go again. Alright, at the start of your game, when you're creating a new character, you do get some creativity to apply. You get some, what do you call that? You can mod your character in various ways. You'll see at the top of the screen here, we are Alan Sureshot, a level 1 archer. It doesn't say that, but we are. Stats is a column here. Oops, I didn't mean to press that button. Class points here. Generic points here. So we have 3 stat points to spend in here, 3 class points to spend in here, 2 generic points to spend in here, and I'll show you category points. Well, let's do that first. So the category points are spent to open up new categories. You can see each of these things are technique. We have access to the tree or the line of talents / skills, and they're called talents in this, that underlie the technique of archery training. We have the same for the technique of archery prowess, the same for combat techniques. But there are these techniques down here that we do not have access to. Now if I try and use the category points to open a new technique, if I try and use this one, this talent tree only provides talents starting at level 10. Learning it now would be useless. So there's no point in doing that right now. I've experimented with these. I think this is the one that we can do for sure. I can try this and see if it says it all. For all three of them, are they all level 10? Oh, I don't necessarily want that. I don't necessarily want cunning. How do I get rid of it? I think you press right to trigger to get rid of it. Let's take the... I'm going to stick with what I did before, just to... at least stick to things I know. So let's open up the technique conditioning. So we now have access, in theory, to these 4 talents, and you can see that spent our category points. Now, all of these talents will also have requirements, prerequisites, before you can learn it. You can see, whatever this is called here, steady shot. We already learned it to 1 out of 5. We start the game with it learned to 1 out of 5. Incidentally, that's kind of like a recommendation, because we could right-click this to take that point out, and now we have 4 class points. We could spend it elsewhere if we chose to. But that's what it gave us to start. Let's stick with that. And you can see, at level 1, all the things it does for us. Right now we fire a steady shot. We can fire a steady shot, doing 141% damage with a 22% chance to mark the target. We'll come back to that in a second. If steady shot is not on cooldown, this talent will automatically replace your normal attacks and trigger the cooldown. It's kind of a weird choice in the design for that one, but I'll come back to that a little later as well. But the thing to note here in particular right now, and I can't necessarily hold this here, but if you look in this region of the screen, the current talent level is 1. The talent category is known, which means we know how to do technique archery training. We have to have at least dexterity 12 to get here, and we have that. We have dexterity 15. We have it at level 0. We'd have to have it at 14 dexterity to get it to level 1, and we'd have to have... Well, I guess that's it. The effective talent level right now is 1.3. If we get it to the next level, it'll be level 1 and 2.6. Is that right? No, it's already at level 1. Strange. I don't know if that's a typo, 0 to 1. Alright, the range of the attack is 6, and the cooldown is 3, which means we can only use it once every 3 turns. Travel speed instantaneous means essentially that it has its effect right away. It's not like something that takes time to exert. Usage speed is how long does it take me to actually pull this off. It's 1 full turn for me, 100% of a turn. But we can upgrade this right now. We can spend a class point. If I click this, boom, you can see now it's at level 2. And the effective talent level is 2.6. To get it any higher, we would need higher dexterity, but we would also need a higher level. That's what that is. Sorry, it's not the level of the talent. It's the level we have to be at. So at level 1, we can learn it right now. We can't learn it any higher than this until we're level 2. We'd also need higher dexterity. Now, if you look over here at this one, another one I want to get in a second, dexterity 16 is required. So let's at least pump this up. I'm going to actually put all 3 of my stat points into dexterity. And as I did that, as soon as it hit 16, you can see this opened up, because now we're allowed to do it with dexterity 16. This one is a passive one. We don't actively use this. You learn to maintain your agility and manage your combat posture while wearing robes or light armor. When wearing armor no heavier than leather in your main body slot, you gain 18 defense, 9% armor hardiness, and 12% reduced fatigue. In addition, when you step adjacent to a visible enemy, you use the juxtaposition to increase your total defense by 9 for 2 turns. I'm not sure if that applies if the enemy steps next to you. It might only be when you step next to them. If anybody knows the answer to that question, tell me. P.S. Don't give me any spoilers other than anything I ask for, but I'll probably ask a lot because I don't really know what's going on. The defense bonus scales with dexterity. Let's take that. That's as high as we can train that for now. And you'll note that uses a generic point. So these columns line up. The stats are here, the class points are here, the generic points are here. Category points are applied to whatever you can unlock. We still have 1 more generic point and 2 more class points. We're going to put our next class point into this. When we were talking about this, you saw one of the things it does is a 25% chance to mark the target. And if you ask, what does mark the target mean? Well, it's a special status that sometimes helps with other things. It doesn't do anything in and of itself, as far as I know. But if we look at headshot as an example, another active talent, we have to actually choose to use it. Right now, we already have it at level 1. We fire a precise shot, dealing 171% weapon damage, with 100 increased accuracy. This shot will bypass other enemies between you and the target, but it is only usable against marked targets and consumes the mark on the hit. So with this, we use a steady shot. If we get lucky, we mark them, and then we can headshot them. Let's take that to level 2. Now it does 197% damage. That still leaves us with one more class point. I put it in here last time. Quick Recovery. It is a passive talent. Your combat focus allows you to regenerate stamina faster, 0.6 per turn. I think we're going to use that. I don't really know. I think we're going to go with that. Finally, we still have one generic point left. We can put it into either of these two things. Cunning. You notice the small things others do not notice, allowing you to see creatures in a 5 radius, even outside of light radius. This is not telepathy, however, and it is still limited to line of sight. Also, your attention to detail increases stealth detection and invisibility detection by 16, and you gain the ability to detect traps, plus 7 detect power. The detection abilities improve with Cunning. I did put my point into that last time, but I do notice there are no traps early in the game, at least not that I encountered, so should I just... could upgrade this. Let's upgrade this for now instead. Disengage. I know it'll be useful right off the bat, theoretically. This is another active ability. Allows us to jump back up to 4. Previously it was up to 2. Now it's up to 4. Grids from your target, springing over any creatures in your way. You must disengage in a nearly straight line directly away from your target, which you must be able to see. After moving, you gain 143% increased movement speed for 3 turns, and you may reload your ammo, if any. The extra speed and maximum distance you can move are reduced by your fatigue level. So that's it. We've created our character. All of our points are applied. There is something about inscriptions here, but we need a category point for that. We've used them all. Prodigies we can't get until we're at least level 50, or until we at least have a level 50 in a core slot. Maybe that's one of these. I don't know. I don't know what a core slot is. Maybe it means a stat? I don't know. Doesn't apply to us at any rate right now, so we'll have time to learn it as we go. So to get out of this, we're going to press escape. Boom. Do you accept the changes? Of course I do. I made the changes. And there we go. Give me 1 second, guys. Alright. Welcome to Tales of Maj'Eyal. Welcome, Alan Sureshot. You are a native of the northern region of the Allied Kingdoms, a peaceful land that both humans and halflings call home. You hail from the small town of Dirth. It's a weird name, Dirth. Very guttural. Very succinct. Humans are the most common race of the land, and you are one of them. In an attempt to prove your worth, you have decided to venture into the old and wild places of the world, looking for ancient treasures and glory. You have come to a land called the Dirth Fields, on the western border of the Tholoran Forest, in search of the Trollmire. It is an old forest, infested with trolls and all kinds of wild animals. To the west lies another dangerous place, the old ruins of, I gotta move my mouse, Corpul. You heard the caves below it were infested by vermin and undead. After days of travel, you have found the forest and entered it. What will you find there? Now, I can tell you one thing we might find here. Let's just get out of that. We're just about to ready to get going. I'll stop talking in a second, or at least I'll keep talking as we move. But I will tell you, I said this is the 3rd time I'm playing this game. This is actually the 4th. I played that first hour on my own to learn the game. Then I sat down this afternoon to record an hour-long video for you guys. And I glibly said my first character encountered no problems. It was so goddamn easy. I was a little afraid the game might be too easy. And that character died within seconds. I met a really overpowered foe. So hopefully that won't happen this time. One of the things we could meet in theory is a skeletal archmage, which just fucking demolished me. If that doesn't happen, we'll probably make it for a good hour, and then we'll continue in future videos. Okay, so let's take a look at this. We can see our this is our health. We're getting back 0.25 health per turn. We have 110 out of 110. This is our stamina. We're getting back 0.9 per turn. We have 100 out of 100. You use stamina when you use certain abilities. I haven't cottoned to what abilities I have that use it. Maybe all of my active abilities use it. We'll keep an eye open for that. You can see here we have 17 out of 17 ammo remaining. Kind of interesting to note. My first playthrough, my guy had 17 out of 17. The one I just recorded the full hour of that ended up too blurry to share with you, which is why we're doing it again, had 22 out of 22. I'm not sure why he got lucky and started with more ammo. Something interesting to note about the arrows, though. They are not finite in the truest sense of the word. It's not like, okay, we fired 17 shots and now we have no more ammo. I guess the conceit is you're regathering your arrows or something, but as long as we're not actively shooting, we'll gain back an arrow every turn. So we can essentially fire 17 shots in a row before we actually have to start reloading or regathering or something like that. So as long as we're not in a major combat, we should be okay. Here's our skills. If we wanted to activate the headshot, we click this. If we wanted to do a standard shot, we could click this. Steady shot. There you go. We also, here's our disengage ability. There are 3 things down here, though. I think these are called infusions. They are. Let's familiarize ourselves with what our infusions are. We have one called regeneration. This was just gifted to us. I'm not sure. It just might be automatic. These are the same 3 I've had every time. The range is personal. It has a cooldown of 10, so we can only use it once every 10 turns. It instantly gets where it's going, which is to me. The usage speed, it takes my full turn to use it. It's a nature gift. The description is activate the infusion to heal yourself for 100 life over 5 turns. So I guess essentially 20 life per turn. I assume we can level that up the same way we can level these other skills up, but I didn't notice yet. Infusion Wild, this one is... What the hell is this one called? Oh, is it just Wild? Oh yeah, it's called Wild. Again, it acts on me. It's instantaneous. It's a nature gift. Activate the infusion to cure yourself of one random physical effect. I think you meant... Yeah, that's right. Physical effect. That's right. And reduce all damage taken by 14% for 4 turns. Okay, so it actually lowers incoming damage. That's cool. Also removes cross-tier effects of the affected types for free. I don't know what that means. And finally, healing. A cooldown of 12. Gives us instantly back 50 health and cleanses 1 wound, poison, and disease effect. There you go. So those are our abilities at the start of the game. Let's press I. The same key we press in Angband, incidentally, to look at our inventory. So you can see we started with a scrying orb. All characters do. This automatically identifies any items you find, so we don't have to worry about any identification sub-game. This thing will just do it for us, which I greatly appreciate. I'm not a big fan. I don't hate identification sub-games. They can work. But I like knowing what the hell I'm doing so I can make an informed decision. Below that, you'll notice the transmogrification chest. Now this, if it's your first time playing, you will not have. You receive the transmogrification chest as soon as you finish your first quest in the game. And once you have it, all your future characters start with it. And this is sort of a nod of the head to an option in the options menu in Angband. In Moria, this option did not exist. You could find stuff in the dungeon, you could bring it back to town, you could sell it. You could do that in Angband too, but a lot of characters really found it boring. You might find something small, not very valuable, but once you filled up your inventory, it made sense. If you were trying to win the game, it made sense to go back to town, sell everything for your 23 gold, and then go back in the dungeon, because you needed that extra money. But it was a really boring process to a lot of people. I didn't mind it. I loved it. But you could always turn that off if you wanted to. And what the game did was it compensated by saying, okay, you can't sell anything in town, but we'll give you extra gold in the dungeon. This is Dark God's way of getting around that boring process of saying you have to sell everything. Anything we find will instantly be put in the transmogrification chest, although we can choose to take it out. As long as it's in the chest, it doesn't weigh anything. It's a magical bag of holding, essentially, that absorbs everything we put into it. We can collect everything we find. As soon as we leave the level, anything in the chest gets destroyed and turned into an equivalent value of gold. So you can essentially instantly sell everything you have wherever you are. So it just eliminates the tedium of going back to town. How do we get out of that? I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to get out of the... how do we not have this listed? There you go. Okay, let's do that. Okay. Damn it. I pointed at something and now I'm covered up. 1 second, guys. Alright. There you go. To the left, you can see our little picture of our dude. Here's our bow we're using. Firing range of 6, accuracy bonus 0.2%, attack speed 100%. We do have this armor, 3 defense, 2 armor from our rough leather armor. It does give us an extra fatigue of 6%. I assume that means uses extra stamina? I don't know what that means, to be honest with you. Tell me if you know. Also, tell me what the discrepancy is between defense and armor. I'm guessing one of them absorbs damage you take. Maybe armor does. And defense makes it harder for monsters to hit you. If that's true, tell me, hey, Jeff, you're really smart. If it's not true, tell me, hey, Jeff, you're an idiot. Here's what it does. And here's our arrows, the 17 out of 17. So that's what we got here. We also have this brass lantern, lets us see an extra 3. I'm not sure if it requires any fuel, if it burns forever. I don't know. But in addition to the main set of equipment here, we can also go to our offset equipment. Right now it's just a sling. So we have a sling to fall back on if we run out of arrows or we need to worry about something like that. But we'll probably ditch the sling in preference to something else later. Let's begin moving. Now, we can see a little wall over here, so I'll probably go investigate that. But you can press Z. I'm going to do that first. And boom, what it did is it starts auto-exploring. It just starts running around, uncovering black, the closest black stuff, until it sees a monster or sees something of interest. Now, again, we would want to start with a steady shot, right? Because this does extra damage. But if you remember with this ability, it even says down here, if it's not on cooldown, it'll automatically replace your normal attacks. Maybe that's just to be a courtesy to you because you'd always want to use it. I kind of prefer that. It seems kind of weird that I can't save it for a bigger attack. But it comes back every 3 turns. So if we left click that guy, we shoot. And because it defaults to that if it's available, it used that. And you can see it has 2 turns to cooldown. We killed that White Worm Mass. P.S. White Worm Mass, a very classic Angband monster that held over into Tome 2 and remains in Tome 4. And yes, it functions exactly the same here as it does in all of those. It can spawn other White Worm Masses. Now, something interesting to note, we can point at this guy. You can see all his stats there. I love that about this game, by the way. Anything you point at, the tooltip pops up, much as it does in my own game of Caverns of Ascasian 2. I think it's a brilliant idea to let anybody jump into the game immediately and learn about it. We can also right-click this guy and, inspect him, learn a bit more about him. So here it gives us all his stats. If you want to know, it's a level 2 creature. If you really wanted to get nitty-gritty and detail, we could learn all about it here. I don't see where it tells you that they can spawn other White Worm Masses. I assure you they can, because I've seen it happen. Surprised it doesn't tell you here, but maybe it... it's a Green Worm Mass. Interesting, it's not even a White Worm Mass. If it holds true to Angband, those guys would be poisonous. Didn't notice if it said that there. Oh, jeez. Here's a fox. Here's a White Worm Mass. Here's another fox. Here's a large white snake. And you can see our arrows are pointing down. Now, this is a forest troll, and you may think, Jesus, Jeff, it's a troll. Get out of there. They're not that tough in this game. We don't have to worry about them too much. Let's just left-click him. It'll automatically fire our steady shot. And there, you see that symbol that came around him? We got lucky. We had a 25% chance when we shot him that we'd mark him. He's marked, so we can follow up with our headshot, which will do an extra, which does 197% damage. Boom. You see he's almost dead now. Click one more time. He's gone. Step on those coins to pick it up. What's this, you may well ask? A font of life, as long as you're standing in the green, this is what I understand it to be. As long as you're standing within the green, you get back extra health per turn. If you look at my guy right here, you see my own stats pop up. It says temporary status effects, font of life 2. I think it gives us back 2 health per turn. I don't know. It's guesswork. Can't do anything else with the pot, so I assume that's what it is. Let's see what this building's all about. A lot of closed doors here. I'm a little apprehensive about opening them in case I unleash something terrible, but we're going to do it anyway because I'm an idiot. Let's go ahead and open this door. This door seems to have been sealed off. You think you could open it? Let's try it. Nothing in there that I can see. Alright. There's gold in this one. Let's open it. What do we got here? A degenerated skeleton warrior. It's only level 2, much like the Green Worm Mass. You can see it's got 62 hit points. It is a haphazard collection of crumbling bones, with jerky movements that remind you of a child playing with a marionette. It only has 1 arm, but that's all it needs to hold a sword. Let's just shoot it. Boom, headshotted now. Boom, it's dead. Not bad. We might have picked up something there. I wasn't sure if it said something. Let's just see our inventory. No, I guess not. Thought it said some sort of phrase that looked like it was something to do with an item. What do we got here? A green gel. Oh, it's a level 7 monster. Let's leap away right away. Let's target him as the guy we're leaping away from. And let's leap all the way back to here. What do we know about him? He's only got 62 health as well. He's standing on iron gauntlets, which we cannot use. As you can see in the red there on the right side of the screen, it says heavy armor training. So we would need that before we could use them. But we can pick them up. We can always just transmogrify them. Green jelly slime spit. Oh, jeez. It can shoot a projectile at us. Let's try and get rid of it as fast as we can. Hit it. Did I kill it? I think I did. But you can see it did do a number on us. Let's go ahead and activate our regeneration. For the next 10 turns, we'll get, or 5 turns, whatever it is, we'll get back some stuff. We picked up those gloves. They are blighted iron gauntlets of strength. It sounds like they're pretty powerful, but we unfortunately can't use them. You can see they're highlighted in green. That means they're in the chest. If we wanted to get them out of the chest, we could left-click it and move it to normal inventory. But let's leave it in there. We're not going to use those anyway. I don't know if you can fetch a better price selling them in town, but That guy looks also terrifying. Let's fire at him. We've almost killed him. A simple shot will probably kill him off. He's dead. And let's regenerate again, man. Alright, we're back to full. There's some powerful monsters in here. Let's wait till our regeneration is back. Just left-clicking my own square, okay. So we have it available if we need it. A Weaver Young. I haven't seen this before. Spider. I haven't seen this in the slimes before either, incidentally. A Spiderkin. Spider. Rank Critter. Level 7. It has a lot of hit points compared to the other guys. Twice the hit points of the last guys. It's a tiny arachnid that phases in and out of reality. That's a little terrifying. It's standing on a rough leather sling. I think we already have one of those, but we can get that one too, just to fucking recycle it. You can also see up here, by the way, this is our level up bar. We're already 69% of the way to level 2. I don't know if we can actually see the raw statistics on it. I don't think so. No. Let's go ahead and fire on him, our steady shot. And follow it up with a normal shot. And again. He's marked. Let's headshot him. And he's dead. Let's go get the sling. Oh, it's a fungal rough leather sling of lightning. I'm sure it's better than our current sling, so we might as well equip it over there, but I think we're going to concentrate on being an archer with a bow rather than an archer with a sling, so we'll probably get rid of it eventually. But for now, let's take a look at this. Powered by arcane forces. We're you have to have... Oh, our mastery is Master Marksman. We get those bonuses. Fire range 6. When it's wielded or worn, we get +1 Constitution. It does an extra 6 lightning damage. 9% of the lightning damage we do is now considered lightning damage. It can be used to regenerate 66 life over 5 turns. Jesus. Let's equip that. Let's have it available. Slings, incidentally, rely on cunning to improve your skill with them. Bows rely on dexterity. We already upgraded our dexterity quite a bit. So I kind of prefer to use a bow, but who knows. Can I not get... Oh, is there a door here? Another one of these guys. He's dead. Oh, no, he's not. I thought he was. Now he's dead. And we leveled up. Look at that. We now have 126 hit points, 103, looks like, I think. Stamina. Let's go to our character sheet. Now, how do you do that? The only way I know to do it is you click on your little icon, and you hit L for level up. Hitting this in the main window does something entirely different. I'll show you that in a minute. Let's click level up. Well, let's do it right. There it is. All right, so we have another 3 stat points to put out. For now, I'm going to put them all into dexterity again. Let's improve our stats. Let's put that back down for a second and see what it tells us, if anything, about this. So right now, over here, the stat isn't doing anything for us like on its own. But you can see now we get more defense, more ranged defense, and our accuracy's gone up probably 3% or something, I don't know. Defense went up by 1.05, range defense went up by 1.05, and we shrug off critical's chance is 0.9%. We'll take that. Definitely upgrading this every chance we get, because it's one of the ones we rely on the most. That's all our class points, that's all our stat points. Generic points I'm going to put into the light armor training, which instead of giving us what it was giving us, now we get an extra extra 5 defense on top of what we had, as long as we're using light armor, etc. So it's a little better than it was. Let's take that and say yes, we love those changes, sir. When you come to this screen, you can see in brackets, it tells you the things that have changed since the last time you leveled up, I think, or at least since the last time you were on the screen. So we have 16 more health than the last time, 3 more stamina. Our healing modifier is now, instead of 100%, is 1% higher, so 101%. Life regen didn't change, apparently. We can see stealth, see stealthy creatures, I guess, a little bit further, 0.9 squares maybe, or something, or maybe 0.9% chance better, I don't know. Our constitution went up by 1 as well. Alright, let's hit out of this. Now, now nothing. Let's continue exploring. Oh no, yeah, that's right. I want to go over here and get these. Oh, I wanted to show you this. Pressing L gives you a look, so you can like look and just. I don't know why you'd want to do that, but you can. Or maybe it just lets you draw a line to see if you have a line of sight or something. I don't know. Although it doesn't show you the line of sight, so I don't know what the L is for. If you press other L, like capital L, let's point at health. You see in the bottom right corner there, life. It's got the tooltip But if we move the cursor away, of course, the tooltip disappears. If you're pointing at anything, you press Shift and L, it locks it. So now we move, that stays up. I think that's pretty fucking cool and classy. Hitting L again toggles it. Let's go gather whatever's here. What do we get? We picked up a thought-forged iron dagger and an enveloping linen cloak of the Shalaran. Let's see what those things are. See, I think I might... I fucking love this. Like, this is so good that I feel stupid changing it. Maybe I will just leave it. Maybe I'll keep working on slings as well. I was going to swap it in for a dagger because our character can also learn dagger skills. So we'd have one melee weapon and one ranged weapon rather than 2 ranged weapons, which seems kind of silly. But maybe I won't, because that looks pretty good. But if we were going to, we did find this thing. What does it do? 9 to 12 damage, or 9 to 12 power. 5 Aper? I don't know what that means. It's not the 5th of April. I assume it's not 5% APR financing. I don't know what it is. As another case where I'm asking. If you've played this game, you know what that APR means? Tell me what it is. What would it do? 10% chance to reduce all saves and defense by 6. I guess that's something when we hit with it. It does an extra +6 mind damage when we hit with it. It also gives us +1 to cunning and +1 to willpower. That's pretty cool. This thing doesn't improve our stats. Oh, yeah, it does. +1 to constitution. It's probably already had that. I think we're going to stick with the this, though, because it has the ability to regenerate 66 life. I assume by clicking on this. That looks pretty cool. Otherwise, I'd definitely be using that. Let's compare this to our current armor. Our current armor is 3 defense, 2 armor. This is... Oh, when wielded warm, +6 defense, but no armor. Gives us +1 willpower and physical save +5 effectiveness, I guess? Not knowing the difference between defense and armor, I can't say what if this is a good idea or not, but I'm going to do it because it seems pretty cool. It's magical in any event. Oh, it goes there. Did not know that. Okay, it's a cloak. Again, just like Angband. Of course I should have known that. You wear a cloak over top of your armor. Perfect. Let's do that then. This here is a rune. I assume it functions kind of like the stuff you find in, say, Diablo, where you can attach it to a weapon. Haven't figured out yet how it works. Magical runes may be inscribed onto your body. Oh, granting you an on-demand spell talent. Let's take it out of our... We're not going to look at it right now because we can't... I've tried using it before. Like, I can't just, like... Can I? No. I can't just, like, stick it in the head spot or something. It's like... I don't know how to use it. It's not wearable. Again, if you know how to use a rune, tell me, or else I'll figure it out as we go. But let's take it out of the chest for now, at any rate. There you go. It's out of the chest. Alright, let's continue moving with the Z key. We saw this dude. It's a giant gray mouse. There's a giant fucking maul up here. Let's pick it up and not use it. Let's just leave it in our chest. We're not going to use a giant heavy weapon. Where is it? Acidic Iron Great Maul of Daylight. It sounds pretty good. It's got some sort of APR thing going on as well, whatever the fuck that is. We could use it, but I don't know, man. We're an archer. Alright, let's press Z. Another way to do it besides pressing Z, I'll show you in a second. Let's get up where you can shoot this guy. You can also right-click your guy and hit Auto Explore. Yeah, as long as we don't, that's the way on to the next map. But let's finish exploring the entire map to collect as much experience and gold and shit as we can before moving on to more dangerous locales. What is this guy? Wolf. And a large white snake straight out of Angband. We probably have a better than 25% chance now, don't we? A 28% chance to mark the target because we leveled that up. Oh, he's right beside us. Now, something weird about this game, you can use a bow point blank. Look at this. Boom. Doesn't seem to make a difference. You can use it just fine. That was a crystal rat, I think. I didn't... Yeah. I should be taking the time to at least look at what we're looking at. A fox. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy Doug. Has an old typing exercise. We found a tattered paper scrap in the Trollmire. You find a tattered page scrap. Perhaps this is part of a diary entry. He's a gorgeous glade, but I could swear that looked like part of a human femur. Saw an absolutely gigantic troll, but fortunately I threw him off my scent. Dude's writing in a bad British accent. Poison ivy. What does that do? This harmless little plant makes you all itchy. Or we can shoot it. Or theoretically. There, we killed it. Killed the poison ivy with our bow. There's another crystal rat. Instead of fur, this rat has crystals growing on its back, which provide extra protection. So it has a sustained talent. You can see stone skin. I don't know what stone skin does. I imagine it gives it extra armor or something. Can we see its... I'm guessing P power is like physical power. S power, I don't know. M power might be mind power. Probably maybe a spell power. Physical save, mind save, and sexy save. I don't know. Wasn't sexy enough to dodge my arrow. That looks like it's it. It brought us all the way to the exit and be like, hey, you're done. So that auto explorer is pretty damn useful if you want to, progress through an area without wasting too much time. Two ways you can get on to the next area. Just like Angband, you can use shift and greater than, just as if we're going down a set of stairs, or you can right click and hit change level. Let's do that. All these things, it gives you a warning, are going to be transmogrified. Are you sure you want them to? Yeah. As soon as we close this, they get transmogrified. You'll hear a little gold sound. We have 4 gold pieces now. They transmogrified for 7 gold, so we now have 11. And we're in area 2. Let's start Zedding. What is this tattered paper scrap? It's a tattered paper scrap. Diary entry. Hack again, but he's just a stupid old troll. It'll be easy to not let him get wind of me. Innately found his treasure stash further on, but added him back. If you get this, help! Alright, we'll keep an eye open for somebody with a bad British accent. Just a standard linen robe. Let's throw that in our turn to gold chest. Throw it in the tickle trunk. Z isn't working. Where? Oh, it said green worm mass uses multiply. I must see a green worm mass somewhere, even though I don't see a green worm mass. Where the fuck are you, green worm mass? I don't mind it multiplying. It's just, oh, there it is. Let's get this gold. Just means we'll have more things to kill. For some reason my Z isn't working right now. Saw something off screen, I guess. We got here, rattlesnake. As you approach, the snake coils up and rattles its tail threateningly. I assume it's very, very dangerous. We got it though. Missed a couple times there or something. Are we using our sling? Oh, we're using our sling, guys. I didn't realize that. We're using the sling. Let's switch back to our bow for now. Well, requires dexterity 11. Kind of damage and shit does it do? Can we tell that, or do we have to? Here's the stones we're using. We have more ammo with it. 15.5 to 18.6. Versus 13 to 18.2, so a little more damaging with this in general, but that one does plus 6 damage with the electric or lightning, so I guess we'll use a sling. Unless we're bad with it or something. I think we got poisoned, guys. Incidentally, that wasn't a giant hornet, that was a hornet swarm we just killed. How the hell we killed a hornet swarm with a flying rock, I don't know. Oh my gosh. Comes a lot of shit. Let's jump away. If we can, to here. I was trying to shoot, not approach. We're still poisoned, I'm guessing. You see, like, oh yeah, this is poison 1/1. It says temporary effect, so I assume that's going to, stop being an issue sooner or later. Yeah, it seems like it's gone now. Got a giant rabbit, guys. Kill the wabbit, kill the wabbit. Killed the wabbit, killed the wabbit, killed the wabbit. Nice nod of the head to the old Looney Tunes cartoon. Rested, ran for 2 turns, stop. Hostile to large east. There's a large white something to the... That fades a little too fast. I wouldn't mind that staying up. Like permanently until it has a reason to go away. There's probably an option to leave that on if you know how to do that. Hey, another way you can help me out. Tell me how to do that. Maybe we can do that ourselves. Options, game options. Gameplay. Font style, yes, fine. Font size. Interface style, HUD style. I don't know. What does this do? Alright, whatever. Figure it out later. I don't know if using this sling is a mistake or not, man. I can't tell. Seems pretty effective. But is it as effective as our bow was? I don't know. And if not, why not? What does it say about the forest troll? Green-skinned and ugly. This massive humanoid glares at you, clenching wart-covered green fists. Yeah, well. Boom. What do we get? An iron longsword. No, well, whatever. Let's leave that in the tickle trunk too. Is this out of the? Yeah, it is. One level up. Let's go to. I wonder if you can press C maybe for character. Ah, there you go. C. C for character. Hit level up. Okay. For the moment, guys, I got no qualms. All into here. There you go. Increase that stuff. Taking this without a doubt. It is my favorite class perky thing. And into this. Oh, there was this though. Increases weapon damage by 34%. Next time I'll do that. Disengage or this? Let's stick with disengage for now. There you go. Save? Yes. Why, yes, good sir. Okay. Continue wandering. Black ooze. No description. It's just fucking black ooze. It is what it sounds like. The description's in the name, sir. Oh, it dropped a staff or something. What's that about? An elm star staff. Not that we can use it. I guess we could. You have to have magic 11. We could use it, but I'm not going to. Improve spell power and stuff, but we're not really a spell caster, so... At least not yet. That may change someday. Oh, fucking hornets. Probably poisoned again if we're not lucky. Just trying to get rid of all the black guys. Got another building over here. Go look at it in a second. I want to explore the outside first. What's over here? Oh, another troll. Another forest troll. Alright, I guess we're going to look at this building. Didn't even give me a hint of, hey, this thing could open. What is this thing? It's a wet honey tree. As you approach it, you hear a high-pitched buzzing sound. I'm guessing there are maybe a spawns bees or something. I guess let's kill it. Option unlocked. Oh. Well, I guess that's one way to get a new class available. A new class, Summoner, Wilder. In the wilds, some people and creatures are able, by the sole force of their will, to call upon allies to help them in combat. Cool. You've witnessed such an act and can now create new characters with the Summoner class. Summoners are wilders who are at home in the wilds and draw their power from their connection with nature. Class features they can summon allies ranging from a warhand to the mighty fire drake. Take direct control of your summons. Augment your summons with various powers. It's kind of neat. All of them use equilibrium for their powers. It represents their connection to nature. The higher it gets, the more off balance they are with it. That's a little beyond my understanding of the game right now. We'll figure that out as we go. For now, let's kill this bee. It's a bee swarm. Let's make sure we kill this tree thing. This wet honey tree. Because I can't abide a honey tree, guys. Steel longswords, picked that up in the tickle trunk. That was surprising. You know, I wasn't expecting to unlock something like that. Can't get through here. Let's open this door. Drenched giant Venus flytrap. I'm assuming it can't move. This flesh-eating plant has grown to enormous proportions and seeks to quell its hunger. Well, I'm going to quell it with me because I'm going to stand back here and shoot you. Look like that monster in Ivan. What the hell was that weird plant boss we met who, ooh, pouch of iron shots. Get that in a second. Who spawned all kinds of these Venus flytraps all over the place. Let's get this, and let's check out the new iron shots we have. Self-loading pouch of iron shots. Jesus, this is great. 22 out of 22 is a 16 and 19 power. 1 APR. 1 action per round? I don't know. I don't know what that means. Definitely guessing now. Still, 16 and 19 is the same. It has 22, though, instead of whatever this one has. 19. On a weapon hit, 20% chance to create an air burst in radius. 3, knocking enemies back 2 spaces. Jesus Christ! And dealing 88 damage. Travel speed 200%. We're going to use this for now. That is for fucking sure. And we're going to like it. Uh-oh! A water imp. Level 10 is the toughest monster we've faced yet. Maybe it can't get out of the water? No description. Oh, a small water demon. Lobbing spells at you. Let's keep an eye. Whoa! I think I killed him with an air burst. Oh, he cast Phase Door. He teleported. Phase Door being, of course, a spell straight out of Angband. Where did you Phase Door to, sir? I want to kill you. There you are. You can see by the orange line it's out of my range. I can't shoot that far. He got us, but it's not terrible. Let's put on our regeneration. Knocked him back. Look at that. Here, we got him. Still only at 27%. I thought he'd be worth more than that. He seemed rather alarming. Well, we got a water imp, guys. Kind of neat. Alright. I think we're done on this map. Let's go to the next level. Let's press Shift and greater than. You sure you want to transform all this shit? Are you really, really sure? Yeah. I'll be sure. We had 12. It was that transformed for 4 guys. We have 4 fucking gold out of that. Maybe it's unwise, but you can get more if you sell them. I don't know. Maybe I'll start hanging on to stuff and only putting stuff in there if we need to, you know. Oh, I like this airburst effect. Just killed those worm masses, like, together. What do we got here? Beast worm. There's a font of life back there if we find ourselves in trouble. Hornet swarm and a blue ooze. Again, no description of the ooze. Oh, it's blue, and it's oozing. There's your description. Hope you liked it. Another building. We're getting like a ton of buildings in this little woods here. Didn't encounter many buildings like this. Just look at that airstrike. Fuck. Like the fucking Ukrainian army was like devastating with their artillery. Where'd that guy go? Oh, he's like he can teleport or something. He's a crazy ass fucking rabbit. Oh, I didn't have time to look at him. Giant brown mouse. Shadow strike. I guess that's that ability. It's kind of neat. Kill them all. Man, I'm like overpowered with this thing. Look at me getting cocky. Poison ivy, which I assume cannot move. Poison ivy is something I'd eventually like to add to caverns as well, but it wouldn't be a monster, it would just be like a train type. If you step in it, it can give you a hives, say, which would be a temporary effect that like lowers your attack value or something. Something like that. Something mild, maybe it lowers your attack and defense by 10 or something like that while it lasts. Again, let's explore the outside before we go into the building. This thing's shadow striking again. Reason being, in case there's something terrible in there, we have to retreat. I don't want to be retreating into the wilds and not, have a safe area. Oh, those fucking bloody bears, black bears. I'm a little frightened of black bears, like in the real world. As well, I should be apparently. I'll tell you in a minute once these black bears are dead and I can safely relay my story. That one's dead. Worth a good chunk. What are they? They're only level 6. Do you smell like honey? Because this bear wants honey. Alright, we got it. My wife and I may have related this story to you already, I don't remember, sometime on this channel since I've been back, but my wife and I went to Banff in June, which is up north in the... yeah, let's open it. What's this thing? Elemental crystal. Is it this monster? It's a construct made of crystals, like I guess like a golem. It's small. Has a good hardiness, so I guess maybe 30% over 10? I don't know what that means. Maybe you can absorb 30% of up to 10 damage? C'est pas. Cannot teleport to space, I'm not trying to. Any description? Not seeing any description. I don't know what's going on with this shit. That's its projectile. What's coming at me? A broken golem. We haven't got much time, guys. We're going to have to finish this guy off quick and get the fuck out of here. Or risk not doing so. We've almost got it, though. Let's finish it off, then we'll jump backwards. Alright, let's jump the fuck back. And let's start our healing process. Ooh, I hit him hard enough to knock him back. Anyways, yeah, we went to Banff. Stayed at the gorgeous Banff Springs Hotel, which is like one of these premier hotels in the world. We got a nice discount on. We were there for like a business trip. Or she was there primarily for a business trip. Like we're trying to sell some scripts and stuff. But oh shit, sliding rock. Oh, there's a trap. Huh. Stuns for 4 turns. Let's heal all the way before we open this door. Let's just regen again. And get it back. Okay, there we go, we leveled up. I'll tell you the rest in a second. You're gonna be hanging on to suspense, guys. You've lost the thread of what I was talking about, and so have I, PS. Master Marksman, so extra 34% damage. Now it's extra 48% damage. That's great. Why would I not take that? I'm loving this thing. We could do this, though. What is evasion? Your quick wit and reflexes allow you to anticipate attacks against you. It's an active thing, so we have to turn it on. Granting you a 16% chance to evade melee and ranged attacks, and 6 increased defense for 4 turns. That's cool. And the higher your dexterity, the better that gets. Let's try it. Alright. Yo. Oh, we didn't do our stats yet. Let's put something into cunning now that we're using this sling. Let's put something into cunning. Yeah. Yeah. Anyways. I haven't been running a lot lately because I injured myself at some point. But back then I was running... Oh, Jesus, we're getting sick, guys. Let's put on our regen and let's do this thing as well. We must be poisoned? What's this tell us? Infusion saturation. The more you use infusions, the longer they will take to recharge. It's telling us that. But what's you see red is... I'm seeing red. Are we dying? What's going on here? Is it sort of poisoned? Right, we seem to be better now. But when we were there in June, I was running every day. And I was really looking forward to it. I was really looking forward to... Fuck. He scares me. Look at that purple thing on him. What did I do to him? He casts something. Marksman? Please don't kill me, sir. Man. Let's finish him off. Let's regen. Step forward. Shoot this guy. Headshot this guy. Alright, we got everybody as far as I can tell. Let's go see the stuff in here. Where the fuck are you? Oh, we got some boots, guys. Pair of rough leather boots of tirelessness. Give us +1 armor. And maximum stamina +10. That's alright, let's throw those in our boot slot. And a stabilizing rough leather cap of constitution. Gives us 0 defense, 1 armor, +3 constitution, and +10 physical save, so we're saving against some sort of physical attack, I guess. And +1 armor. That sounds pretty good to me. I got nothing against that. All these other arm pouches, by the way, are just bullshit pouches. Let's just transmogrify this one off right off the bat. Let's transmogrify this right off the bat. Alright. And grab this, whatever that is. Something big and bad, and we're not going to use it. Oh, there's a staircase. Guys, a fucking staircase. No less. Level change collapsed tower? This is probably a mistake, guys, but I'm doing it anyway. Fuck, I'm never gonna get a chance to finish my story, guys. It's just not gonna happen. It's not in the cards. Let's try and go level change. Apparently we can't. That's fucked up. What's this thing do? Gained back some health. This guy's almost dead. Let's finish him off. Let's try and finish off this guy. He's marked. And he's dead. Okay. I'm finishing my story now, damn it, whether you like it or not. Oh, let's look at these rough leather gloves first. Rough leather gloves. Where are you? Take the runes out of the thing. Same thing with the infusions. I don't know how to use them. Let's take them out for now so we can figure out how to use them in between games. I don't see the gloves. I thought I picked up gloves. Oh, here they are. All right, let's throw these on. +2 dexterity, 1 armor. In melee, we do 6 temporal damage. Oh, that's interesting. 5 temporal damage in ranged attacks. Jesus. We're badass. Learn an unarmed attack talent or enable always show glove combat to see combat stats. Alright. Put those there. That's that. Money. Big ass battle axe. New boots. Armor +2. I like that. Got back more stamina with that one, but this one, faster, etc. Let's put those on. Minor boots. Anyways, I was going for a run every day on this trail. I'm gonna stop moving for a second so I can finish my fucking story. And it was often raining, and I was running in the rain anyway, and there was nobody on the trail. No other humans on the trail, period. And I'd run for an hour out in the middle of the fucking wilderness in the Rocky Mountains. And there's signs that say it's a wildlife corridor, and if you see a bear or something, give it 300 meters distance. But I'm running, and I'm rounding corners. I run for 10 feet. There's a corner around that one. There's a corner 10 feet on, so I can't do that. And it starts occurring to me, Jesus Christ, this is bear country. There are cougars out here. There are bears. I thought, surely I can't really be in danger. It's a fucking resort hotel. They wouldn't let me do this if it was that dangerous. What is this? Didn't look so bad. Let's just shoot it. Did we kill it? Oh, there's an electrified whip there. Let's step back here. Let's regen. Skeleton Magus. Level 11. Level 11. think I can use my jump ability. Let's just step back. Let's just stay here for a minute. Can we get one of these guys from... Let's come back for these guys. That's fine. We'll come back in later once we're level up a bit more. I'm afraid of those guys. How do we get out of here? What is going on? Oh, I slid on a rock. Another fucking thing. Got dizzy or something? I got hit in the head? So yeah, it occurred to me that there could be danger here, and I started getting this nerve... Oh, Prox the Mighty, a huge troll. He might move slowly, but he does look dangerous nonetheless. Pfft, not to me. Oh, I can't hit him from here. Step one closer to him. Now he's moving fast. Let's headshot him. Let's jump back from him. He's dead! Quest of Trolls and Damp Caves. You have explored the Trollmire and vanquished Prox the Troll. We did it, guys. We did that one. That's our first little quest. At this point, we would probably get... Oh, maybe we'll get her here. Look what we got, guys. You automatically get this at the end of this. Well, not necessarily this. Maybe you do. Lore found. Prox's lucky halfling foot. A large, hairy foot, very recognizably a halfling's, is strung on a piece of thick twine. In its decomposed state, it's hard to tell how long ago it parted with its owner, but from what look like teeth marks around the ankle, you get the impression that it wasn't given willingly. It has been kept somewhere intact. Somewhat intact, pardon me. And probably somewhere intact, or else it would be destroyed along with whatever contained it. With layers of salt and clay. But in spite of this, it's clear that nature is beginning to take its toll on the dead flesh. Some say the foot of a halfling brings luck to its owner. Right now, the only thing you can be sure of is that it stinks. Press escape to get out of that. We also found a summertide vial, a small crystal phial that captured sunlight during the summertide. I'm betting that began life in his incarnations of Tome as Galadriel's phial. And a Rod of Recall, which began life as a Rod of Recall in Angband. You can use it to teleport back to town. This rod is made entirely, or at least to teleport out of the dungeon you're in. This rod is made entirely of Voriton, infused with raw magical energies that can bend space itself. You have heard of such items before with each of your 3 previous characters, and through years of playing other roguelikes. They are very useful to adventurers, allowing faster travel. So we use that, and it takes like 40 turns thereafter before you teleport out. Let's take all of that out of the... Let's put this on. Where would I put this? It's a necklace. What does it do for me? Oh, it goes down here. Oh, would it take the place of anything? Oh, it detects traps. Moves 25% chance, up to 3 stuns, pins, or dazes each turn. Also defense +5. Changes stats +5 luck. Trap disarming bonus +5. Take it. Let's take this out of this. Do we have to equip this or anything? Put it in the place of our lantern. Armor +1. +1 to all. When it's used to imbue an object, we would do that. Latent damage type light. I'm not sure it actually casts light though, does it? Let's put it there anyway for now. Quest, hidden treasure. See your journal. You have found all the clues leading to the hidden treasure. There should be a way on the 3rd level of the Trollmire. It looks extremely dangerous, however. Beware. The way to the treasure is to the east, but beware. Death probably awaits there. No, it doesn't. You find a tattered page scrapped. Perhaps this is a part of a diary entry. Writing this in a tree, and he's at the bottom of it waiting. His club is the size of a tall dwarf. Don't think I'm going to make it. Alongside the note is part of a plan of the region, which I guess shows us the way onward. Oh, there's a ring over here. Let's get that. After we kill this fox, because we're just assholes who hate nature. Copper ring. Doesn't say it does anything, but let's throw it on anyway, because we're fashionable. Anyways, I started this fucking story way back when we saw the bears outside. It's been like 30 minutes. I've gotten 4 sentences out. I'm running each day on these rainy paths. There are no humans to be seen. I'm getting nervous. I'm getting a feeling. Just a gut feeling that feels worse than... It feels worse than just, the idea of being watched, it felt like premonition. It felt like dangerous premonition of, hey, if you don't fucking go home, you're going to meet a bad end. To a bear. It had that specific feeling. Not to a cougar. Specifically to a black bear is what it really felt like. I could see it in my head. And I had plans. I was like running alongside a ravine. I'm like, I could run over that ravine and maybe it wouldn't chase me down the fucking hill. But of course it would. I'm near water. There's probably animals all over the place. But again, still half thinking I'm being silly. I'm being foolish, obviously. It's near a resort. I'm not going to get killed by a fucking bear near a 5-star resort. Am I? Nonetheless, I run home. I actually picked up a jagged piece of rock out of the earth, which I carried as a weapon. It would have been a feeble weapon, but it certainly would have been better than nothing. And ran with that, and ran back to the hotel. It took me about 40 minutes or 30 minutes to get back to the hotel or something. I don't need those rough leather gloves. We're wearing something better. But we'll carry them in our box. I think that's it. Yeah, there we go. Let's go on to the danger zone. Let's take the highway to the danger zone. This way leads to the lair of a mighty troll. Traces of blood are everywhere. Are you fucking sure? Yeah. I've killed him twice today. Or in the last day or two. Oh! Let's not necessarily transmogrify that. Oh, jeez, look at that, eh? Oh, look at that, eh? Jeez. Jeez, I'm cruel. Let's take this out, just in case we decide to use it later. But for now, we'll stick with what we got, I think. The next day I decided to go run in the same place, and one sec. Same thing, it's raining about like it is here, spitting like that, gray overcast clouds. I didn't see any bears, I didn't see any animals, but I didn't see any humans, and again, I got further than I did the day before, and this feeling came over me so goddamn strong, this sense of, this gut, it's just this gut thing that said, turn around, or you will be mauled to death by a bear. It's a surefire fucking thing. That guy poisoned us. Let's get this. Let's not open this door yet. So this poison run its course. Let's do a regen just to let it go away. Alright. And now I'm finishing the story. So, it came over me so goddamn strong, and I to the point where I literally regretted my run. I could feel at the very least I knew I had to run home in terror. I could feel a sense of honest fear. The realization came to me that I am prey. At the very least I'm in an environment where I am prey, even if I don't see anything immediately threatening. And I was jumping at every fucking moss-covered boulder I saw. Ran home, and finally went to the concierge and was like, dude, I said, look, I've been going for a run each day. I've been going down this particular trail. And he's like, oh, you should not be going back down that trail at all alone. You should have at least 4 people with you if you're going back there. I'm like, why? He's like, oh, it's the height of bear season. He said the snow on the mountains hasn't fully melted yet. This year it's colder than usual, so they're all still down in the valley, but they've just woken up and they're hungry. They're all over the place. He said, if you have bear spray? I'm like, no, I don't have bear spray. I have this rock. He's like, yeah, you should not be back there. So I felt, okay, I definitely made the right choice. But when I got home, I looked up a government website, which allowed you to actually see bear sightings in the region. It kept them for like a week, and I managed to see, the week we were there, I was able to see where bears were spotted in Banff. And yeah, they were all over the fucking trail I was running. Grizzly bears, as well as black bears, and specifically a black bear with her cubs 300 meters further along the trail from where I stopped running. So now I'm just afraid of bears. I don't know if it would have been there at the time of day I went there. I don't know if it was just my imagination and I'm overreacting. What I do know is it scared the shit out of me, and I just have a definite sense that bears are not something I want to mess with in life. So even in the game, black bears make me nervous. I think we're definitely going to improve. Oh, we can't do this one any further. What's this thing do? You take advantage of unwary foes. Against these targets, those at 90% or above life, shoot, steady shot, and headshot bleed targets for 38% additional damage over 5 turns, and have a 50% increased chance to mark. Ooh. In addition, your steady shot, shoot, and headshot now restore 1.8 stamina on a hit. I haven't noticed if our stamina is going down when we're firing. What's this thing do? It says to shoot down stuff that's coming at us. We don't have this. Recover faster from shit. I think I could just put this to max. Oh yeah, 3 points here now. Let's put some more into, for now, into cunning, I guess. Maybe some more into dexterity. Vitality. 2 more points in here. So we got that maxed out. Let's get the headshot up there. And maybe one into this. And over here we have 1 generic point. This is awesome, but what if we don't have room to dodge back? Let's put our armor up higher. Sounds good to me. Yup. Alright, I finished my story. That's obviously the main draw. That's why you guys came here, is to hear my fucking story. Who cares about Tome? Here comes Bill. Bill the Stone Troll. Big, brawny, powerful, and with a taste for halfling. Well, we're not a halfling, although we are wearing fucking halfling meat around our neck, which suddenly seems unwise. He is wielding a small tree trunk and lumbering toward you. This is the troll the note spoke about. No doubt. No doubt, sir. Let's jump backwards from this bastard. He's almost dead. Should be called Bill the Pushover. Hidden treasure. See your journal for further information. You did it. You've slain Bill. His treasure is yours for the taking. Starting with this venomous gemstone. A thick venom drips from this mind star. The hell's a mind star? I don't know. Oh, we have a touch of daylight if we prefer it. Let's take that out and keep it around because we are going down into the other dungeon later on. Let's have this on hand so we can use that down in the dungeon. Look at this craziness. It's written in red. What does that mean? Not that we can use it, mind you. We haven't got any massive armor training. Serpent's Glare. What does it do? I wonder if we put it in place of Galadriel's file here, or some retired file. What does it do? I can't see. Spit Poison. You can do this for one thing. It can be used to activate talent Spit Poison at your target, doing 149 poison damage over. Let's see if we can use it instead of this. No? Instead of the ring? No, I don't know what you do with it. Is it a weapon itself? Like I could put it here? Oh, I guess we can't use it. Let's take it out. It looks like it's light, and maybe we can sell it for more later on. Along with this Blink Rune of Warrior. Won't take the plate mail out, though, because it weighs too much. It's probably red for a reason, though. It's probably red as, like, unique or something. I should sell it for, the price of a small home. In Toronto. $6 million, in other words. Lots of gems. Let's make sure all the gems are out of our... Oh, maybe it's collected as... Anything light I'm taking out of here. Maybe we can sell it. Alright guys, I was going to say let's Rod of Recall back to home, but we do have those fucking mages to finish off. So let's go back. Yeah. Go ahead. We're rich guys. What am I, stunned? What? I already knew that was there. Oh, there's another one. Alright, we're past being stunned. Let's go get these mages. I'm terrified because I'm facing them all at once. Which is more scary, the Skeleton Magus or the Skeleton Magus, guys? Its main weapon is an Elm Might 29. Its main weapon is a... I guess they're both identical. Let's go up. Oh my god! They're coming at me. Let's escape entirely. Although one of them's pretty damn hurt, but it doesn't matter. Let's fucking escape. How do we do it? If we move, are we dead? Can I headshot this fucker? He's dead. The other one's badly hurt. Maybe we can still pull this off. I got him! Let's stay here for a minute, because there's other shit in there. It's not even going there until our fucking infusions are back. Something's going on here. That's the arcane crystal guys firing. Alright. We're okay. We got everything, guys. We got it all. An electrified whip. How insane is that? Makes me think of like Mass Effect 3. We can't use it. This steel-plated whip arcs with intense electricity. The force feels uncomfortable. Oh, uncontrollable. Explosive. Powerful. Lore fast. Storm Lash. It's like a fucking legendary weapon or something. Maybe that's what all the yellow stuff is. Let's take that out of our box of destruction. Huge pile of gold pieces. A couple of rings. Let's grab them up. We'll look at them all in a minute. Thick coral plate. It's an armor. Coral spray. A chunk of jagged coral dredged from the ocean. I don't think we can use... Yeah, you need shield usage training. Nonetheless, let's take that out of our thing because I'd like to get shield usage training. Let's put on these things. Unworn. Titan's Copper Ring of Power. Physical power plus 5. Changes stats plus 2 constitution. Plus 4 physical save. Plus 6 spell power. Plus 5 mind power. Jumped up Jesus and his kin. Oh my god. It's made for us. Marksman's Copper Ring of Power. Accuracy plus 4. Physical power plus 5. Changes stats plus 2 dex. Spell power plus 5. Mind power plus 6. I don't know how to win this game, guys. I don't even know what our objective is, but we're going to win. So we found all this great shit. A light amulet. The weight of the world seems a little lighter with this amulet around your neck. Feather steel. Plus 15 defense, that's great. Extra fatigue reduction. Can carry more, you're faster. Slows projectiles. Avoid pressure traps. The wearer never triggers traps that require pressure. That seems like a better thing to have around my neck. Oh, this thing's around my waist or something, actually. Let's put that on. Guys, I think we fucking hit the jackpot. What do we get here? What's this ring? Gives us lightning resistance. I don't think we're going to use it right now, but let's take it out. I think those are just fucking boots, aren't they? Nope. Even better, we found Boots of Tirelessness earlier, guys. Then we found Miner's Boots. Oh, these are speed. Now we got Boots of Tirelessness. Armor plus 2, get back stamina. No, I like what we have better. And what looked like a guitar pick. The fuck was that? Aquamarine. Oh, it's just a gem. Okay. Let's, we're done here. Let's use our fucking rod of go the hell home. Use. Let's just wait here until it's done. Let's just run around. Let's press Z to explore. Alright, let's go down. That's fine, you can change those. Nah, let's take them out. Maybe we can sell them. We're going home anyway. Alright, let's just keep exploring until the rod takes us home. Unless it canceled because I came down the thing. Did I use it? Boom. Space around you starts to dissolve. As you see, monsters do not respawn. Come on, man. Take me home. There we go. And this is where we're going to call it, guys. Here we are. As you can see, here is the Ruins of Corpul. We'll be going down there soon. That's the, tells you the minimum level you should be to go in there is level 1. You shouldn't be any higher than level 7. We are level 7. I don't know if it'll forbid us from going in after level 7, but... And here's Dirth, the town. One thing I want to point out that's kind of entertaining. Dirth. Never visited yet. And yet in our character creation it said, you hail from the town of Dirth. So apparently we were like hailed from the outskirts. Maybe we weren't allowed in. We were like shunned like a pariah or something. Town idiot. That's going to be it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. I'm definitely coming back to this game. I'm hoping to frickin' God this time it recorded at a proper resolution because that game was awesome. I kicked more ass there than I did previously, so it was great. We'll definitely continue this game, see more of the world of Tales of Maj'Eyal as the days unfold. And then we'll resume for a bit to the 2012 7-Day Roguelike Challenge, and then we'll get on to some other crazy nonsense like we always do. That's it for me today, guys. Have a lovely day. I hope I didn't leave any stories half untold, because I lost track of what I was talking about half the time. As always, have a great day wherever you are. You want to exit the game? Yeah. Save and exit? Yes, specifically, yes. Thank God it gave me that, or I just would have said yes, exit. Bye!